Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with Remnant 2. This is the sequel to Remnant from the Ashes, best known as Dark Souls with guns. The game pits survivors of humanity against new deadly creatures and godlike bosses across beautiful but menacing worlds. Here you can travel alone or with friends as a team and explore strange new worlds and beyond, overrun by mythical creatures while trying to stay alive. There are multiple worlds to explore with different types of creatures, weapons and items. Game has branching quest lines, augments, crafting and loot rewards that will test the resolve of even the most hardened players in dynamically generated dungeons and areas. Most of the players are saying that the second part is better than the first one, meaning that developers learned from their past mistakes and made an actually awesome game. Prehistoric Kingdom. The game is not just another Jurassic Park zoo manager. It's a bit different because it actually tries to show animals more scientifically accurate than Jurassic Park does, and also has not only dinosaurs but extinct animals as well, from saber-tooth tigers to woolly mammoths. Also, every animal grows from baby to adult, changing their proportions, sounds and behaviors in real time. You know, here baby animals are not just the copies of adult creatures but smaller. They're actually different. That is nice. They need to eat, drink, sleep and satisfy their social needs through behaviors like herding and socialization. So most of them will probably die under your control, but hey, these animals are imaginary. That's why you are allowed to play with them in the first place. The game also has first-person mode where you can feel like you are a visitor and explore your own zoo from a different perspective. Chill, relax, sit on a bench, watch your Spinosaurus eating a mammoth. You know, that is nice. The game has around 90% positive review score on Steam, so if you like games like that, it's a treat for you. Wytchwood. This is a crafting adventure set in an expressive land of gothic fables and fairy tales. As the mysterious old witch of the woods, you will have to explore a strange countryside, collect magical ingredients, brew sorcerous enchantments, and pass your twisted judgment upon a capricious cast of characters and creatures. You know, the forest inhabitants has to respect you, and by respect, I mean fear. Nah, just kidding. Or am I? Yes I am. This is a wonderful handcrafted game, but don't let the joyful facade fool you. The game is quite complex. You will have to collect, gather, grow and craft bizarre ingredients like bottled fear. Don't mix it up with your daily morning gulp of whiskey. You will spend your day trembling under the table. Anyway, you will research and concoct devious spells and sorceries. Turn the greedy into frogs or into something way worse, like pineapples. Trick the wicked with cunning curses and explore an allegorical world of tales. Uncover colorful personas and interesting magic-infused narratives. People who play this game a lot are saying that it is very cozy, funny and beautiful game, although a bit too easy and dialogue sometimes feel endless. Red Dead Redemption 2. Welcome to America, 1899. Here you are an outlaw on the run. You and your gang will have to rob, steal and fight your way to survive. You'll travel across a beautiful country and occasionally some people will ask for help and you can just politely decline. Or not, it's up to you. The game itself feels like an interactive cinematic film. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a beautiful emotional roller coaster. The story will leave you wondering if there is a pill you can drink to forget it so you could experience the game once again. And most importantly, your horse's testicles will shrink when it's cold.
Most importantly?
Yes, most importantly. Terminator Resistance. This is a post-apocalyptic first-person shooter set during the future war scenario that was only glimpsed in the first two iconic Terminator movies. We all know that the machines are destined to lose, but at what cost? So basically here you'll fight evil robots who have only one thing in their minds.
Destroy all the humans.
And that is a bit, you know, not cool for you, so you will try to make their job complicated. So here you'll level up your skills and explore a post-apocalyptic world for scraps to trade and craft, also interact with other survivors and change their fates. Also, you can be involved in pretty much serious romance with all the, you know, visuals, so probably don't play it with your daughter watching behind you. People on Steam are saying that this is the real Terminator 3, as it should have been. It contains an amazing atmosphere, also interesting story and developed characters. The gameplay is captivating as well. You can run and gun or sneak and hack through Skynet's defenses. So there are a lot of ways to show this rogue ChatGPT who the real boss is. And it's you, my friend. It's you are the best. Now subscribe. Hogwarts Legacy. I had a lot of fun playing this game, although I bought it with the idea of playing it a bit, making a review to my channel and forgetting about it. Well, turns have tabled while I played it. It was so much fun to explore the land and meet various characters, I refused to convert it into a job, so I just played the game for my own pleasure and completely skipped it on my channel. All in all, Hogwarts Legacy was one of the few games that actually survived the hype train and never crashed anywhere. The game has above 90% of positive reviews on Steam, and I would give the game 10 cold beers out of 10 without much thinking. The world is very detailed, quests are handcrafted and fun, magic truly feels like magic, and the world is really open, although the map is shaped like a bow, very narrow and long. But that's maybe a thing of a lore. I don't know, I have never read the books, only seen the movies. Only thing that actually spoiled the game a bit was how soon I got the ability to fly. That absolutely crashed the exploration on footpath. Flying in Hogwarts is awesome, but I would have given this ability way later in the game. The variety of enemies also could be wider, but hey, it's a great game, you have all my recommendations. Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. A nice title for turn-based game lovers. Here you will lead humanity's greatest weapon, the Grey Knights, against the corrupting forces of chaos in this brutal and fast-paced RPG. Yeah, somehow turn-based can be fast-paced as well.
Deal with it.
So here you will root out and put a stop to an insidious plot to infect the galaxy with the Bloom, an intergalactic cosmic plague capable of rotting worlds into oblivion. Armored with fate, shielded by devotion, your company's very existence is rooted in mystery and forced with mind wipes and executions. You'll experience life in the 41st millennium and follow the journey of these elite warriors in a narrative-driven gameplay. No Man's Sky. This is an alive project. Updates are constant, the game is getting better and better every year. And by saying constant updates, I'm not kidding. I have noticed that they update the game every month, or even more often. Here, every star is the light of an actual distant sun, each orbited by planets filled with life, and you can go to any of them. The game is actually enormous. Of course, that size is only available because of procedural generation. So the real question is your mama procedurally generated?
Oh, come on, how dare you?
I'm sorry, no I'm not. So here you fly from deep space to planetary surfaces without loading screens. In this infinite universe you will discover places and creatures that no other players have seen before, and perhaps never will again. So it is tailored for those who want to go where no human boldly went before, or for those who want to find the best place in a galaxy, which is called Beristan. Everyone knows that. Also keep in mind that every other player lives in the same galaxy and you can choose to share your discoveries with them on a map. That is cool. Knights Within. This is a very fun indie project where you will eradicate hordes of knights as another knight. The catch is that you have an automatic rifle and you can live your ultimate fantasy of having modern weapons in a medieval world. You know, we all had this thought. What if I had a rifle against knights in shining armor? How many can I take down before a very painful death occurs? Well, at least one, right? But it's you, and the game is difficult, so I wouldn't bet all my potato salad on that outcome. No offense. Anyway, he will embark on a procedurally generated missions to push back the threat. Progressing through a mission will grant you randomized modifiers for both you and your enemies. The longer you survive, the crazier the powers get, keeping each run fresh and unique. You can play alone or co-op with up to 3 friends. Hollow Knight. You'll explore twisting caverns, ancient cities and deadly wastes, encounter battle-tainted creatures, befriend bizarre bugs and solve ancient mysteries at the kingdom's heart. Game is hard and is often compared to Dark Souls. Keep that in mind before you fall in love with those lovely graphics, they are quite deadly. Although if you don't like bugs, you will get your chance to kill a few hundred of them, or be killed by them. Yeah, that is more likely. There are a lot of bug-like different creatures infesting these lands and only you can exterminate them with your gaming skills. There are also plenty of good bugs as well, so I don't know what this game tries to teach us. I guess be friends with friends and be enemies with enemies.
Wisdom, yeah.
The Last of Us Part 1. This is a legendary game that is more like a movie than an actual game, although you won't be left without some shooting and hack-and-slash action as well. So here in a ravaged civilization where infected humans and crazy criminals run rampant, Joel, which is you, is hired to smuggle 14-year-old Ellie out of a military quarantine zone. Ellie that doesn't look like she's from another planet, if you know what I mean. However, what starts as a small job soon transforms into a brutal cross-country journey where you will have to save save yourself and Ellie from perils of this world. If you saw the TV series, it's basically the same. Well, maybe some hardened fans would disagree, but I played the game some 11 years ago and then I saw the TV show and it was identical for me. Nevertheless, if you somehow skip the game and the show, you have a perfect chance to experience a really cool story. Yeah, a story about a child smuggler. Yeah. The Last Spell. This is a tactical RPG with roguelite elements, in which you have to defend a city against a hordes of deadly enemies. During daytime you will have to prepare your heroes and carefully choose how to rebuild your haven and position your defenses. Over the night you will use all your skills, traps and weapons to exterminate all the monsters coming at your walls. It won't be easy.
It's not your sister.
Then in your spare time you will heal, level up and repeat until the magic seal is broken. The game has similarities to the Arbillions. The only difference here is the game is turn-based and not an RTS, so you can carefully plan your every move, although that doesn't mean that it is an easier game. By contrary, the game even feels unfairly difficult from the start. But as you play you get more and more cool stuff you can use against your enemies and you start feeling like a boss. That won't be for long, believe you me, difficulty spikes are quite common here, although they are all conquerable. The game seems to know what your limits are, and people who tried The Last Spell really liked it. On Steam it has around 90% of positive reviews. Nobody saves the world. When an ancient calamity reawakens, who can save the world? And the answer is nobody. That's you. You are nobody. Not in real life. In real life, you are an awesome, beautiful person. Never doubt that. Now, subscribe. So here you'll master the art of transformation to become a slug, ghost, dragon, a horse, or someone else. Like an egg, for example. Actually, here you'll find more than 15 distinct forms you can become of. You can mix and match abilities in unexpected ways to unlock and complete even more challenging quests. You can explore a vast overworld on your own or with a friend online. This game is not only beautifully drawn, but it's kinda crazy as well, just like your sister. Zombie Army 4: Dead War. Hitler's hordes are back for more. Abominable occult enemies, epic weapons and a harrowing new campaign for 1 to 4 players await you in 1940s Europe, as you will have to fight to save humankind from undead Armageddon. The game offers huge new levels where you uncover a sinister plan that takes you across Italy and beyond. You will fight the forces of darkness in corpse-riddled canals, survive a zombie zoo, and journey to dark, inexplicable places no person has been before and live to tell the tale. The game is also armed with the old good X-ray kill camera. You can watch in slow motion as bullets, bombs and other stuff destroy bones and flesh in a see-through vision. I ain't gonna lie, that is really satisfying. And when zombies surround you, you can fight back in melee combat as well. Game has a very positive review score, and the only thing people are mainly complaining about is that this is a third-person only game. No first-person shooting action here, sadly. Garden Story. This is a social sim and adventure RPG where you play as Concord, a newly appointed village guardian. There is lots to keep you busy. Not only your neighbors need assistance, but a mysterious rot has seeped into the foundations of once flourishing island. Honestly, that part of the story is a shameful ripoff from Yonder Cloudcatcher Chronicles, or from a never-ending story. Although that doesn't really matter because this game is really different in many other aspects. Anyway, he will help your friends with their struggles and they will help you through yours. You know that raging addiction to pineapples in your potato salad will not go away by itself. You need help. So here you will have to balance caring for the environment, exploring new regions and fostering new friendships as you solve puzzles and help restore the grove to glory. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. In the near future, Bolivia has fallen into the hands of Santa Blanca, a merciless drug cartel who spreads injustice and violence, kidnaps people and kills those who stand in their way. Well, that is kinda obvious if you ask me. Imagine a drug cartel who spreads joy and freedom, enforces the superiority of the law and pays taxes. I really doubt that this is how drug cartels work, although I think so. I have never created one, yet. So here you will discover the diverse landscapes both on and off-road, in the air, on land and at sea with over 60 different vehicles. And your goal is kinda obvious, you have to dismantle the Santa Blanca cartel. You must do that by fighting fire with fire. You know, they kill people and you kill their people. They spread violence, you spread even more violence among them. They sell drugs, you sell even more drugs. Oh wait, maybe not the latter. Anyway, show them who's the real boss in Bolivia is. Probably not you though. Outer Wilds. This is one of the best indie games you can find in general. It was named Game of the Year by Giant Bomb, Polygon, Eurogamer and The Guardian, so that alone should grab your attention. If it grabs something else, call the police. Or grab back, I don't judge. Here you are, the newest recruit of Outer Wilds Ventures, a space program searching for answers in a strange, constantly evolving solar system. You will have to gather wisdom for the glory of your nation, because you are the one responsible for exploring outer space. When I played the game, I flew directly towards the sun and died, so believe you me, controlling this spaceship is one of the hardest things you will ever do. Well, I'm probably exaggerating a bit, but it is as difficult as it is fun as well. The spaceship is very responsive, so during your adventures you will have to find out what lurks in the heart of the ominous Dark Bramble, who built the alien city on the moon. Well, obviously aliens, but you know what I mean. Can the endless time loop be stopped, and why is potato salad so delicious? Answers await you in the most dangerous reaches of space. Game has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, so you can't be wrong with this one. World War Z. Humanity is on the brink of extinction. From the Americas to Europe, the undead apocalypse continues to spread uncontrollably, and as the inevitable end looms, a hardened few band together to defeat the horde and outlive the dead. So basically all you have to do is to find a lot of canned food and wait for a month or so for every zombie to rot. But no, this is not what you will do, because otherwise this would be a very boring, lame food tasting game with, survival elements, because not every canned food is survivable. This game is nothing like that. World War Z is a co-op third-person shooter for up to 4 players, featuring swarms of hundreds of zombies. Based on a famous movie with Brad Pitt, the game focuses on fast-paced gameplay while exploring new storylines from all around the world. If you like zombies and shooting, keep in mind that the game has very positive reviews and it's probably a good match for you. Satisfactory. Here you will defeat nature by building massive factories everywhere, expand wherever and however you want, without any annoying regulations we have here on Earth, because you are not on Earth anymore. All those animals and plants that live here are scientifically unimportant. They live to serve you and your factory. You'll find about 30 square kilometers, which is about 11 square miles of terrain filled with unique flora and fauna. You can recycle everything and make factories out of them. Build beautiful metal constructions instead of ugly nature, cover the whole surface of the planet with your elegant conveyor belts and train tracks. Make that pathetic natural habitat disappear and make beauty instead. Be a true hero of the industrial era. COCOON. This wonderful game is made by the same designer who developed legendary Limbo and Inside, so that should grab your attention. Also the fact that the game is a proud owner of more than 90% of positive review score on Steam. This is a unique take on the puzzle-adventure genre where each world exists within an orb that you can carry on your back. Here you'll have to wrap your head around the core mechanic of leaping between worlds and combine, manipulate and rearrange them to solve intricate puzzles. You will interact with alien environments and biomechanical devices left behind by an ancient civilization, journey through unique and diverse biomes, from industrial structures to massive organic caverns. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, that's gross. Anyway, you will have to discover how these worlds and environments are connected to one another. People who played it are praising the game and saying that it will bend you over, at least your mind. Iratus, Lord of the Dead. This is a turn-based tactical roguelite RPG set in a dark fantasy universe. You'll have to lead an army of undead to reach the surface world and bring death to the mortal realms. They lack death on the surface, so you are ready to supply the demand. So you will control an obedient army of the living dead. All the classic monsters. Skeletons, zombies, banshees, other unliving warriors, I swear, I know more. And you will create your soldiers the only way a necromancer knows how, from the body parts of your slain enemies. Iratus definitely has a high replayability due to different minion composition in your team. Also, there are multiple different pathways to take when it comes to finishing the game. The main story will take up to 12 hours of your boring life. And now thank you for watching, have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Subscribe.
Subscribe to COCOON.